Today, my job that career success really happens by chance. That career success really happens by chance. It requires planning and control. Professor Judy will attest to the fact that my investments are almost died in my company.
So many
Due
things.
to the fact that she spends quite a lot of time planning her work, networking, and engaging with both local, national, and international research experts wherever they are. At the same time, research reproducibility ensures that scientific findings can be trusted and built upon by others anywhere under the same conditions. I think that is where the concept of research reproducibility about and your findings under the same conditions be reproduced by another expert elsewhere, and the findings correlate with what you have done. And that is why I would say for most undergraduate students, you don't take this aspect very seriously. At the core of research reproducibility is your methodology. You can write volumes and volumes and volumes of work, but once your methodology is wrong, it is null and void. And so you must give adequate attention to your methodology. Your methodology must be reproducible. In this regard, strategic career advancement involves setting goals, developing both technical and soft skills. It is not out of place. I am sure there are a lot of lecturers here, both in the academia and industry, who have had to, out of their own volition, sponsor themselves to research workshops, to conferences. This is due to the importance and attached to that. Building professional networks and seeking mentorship. At such places, you have the rare opportunity of meeting those who have trailed that path before and who are in themselves left a mark or are still leaving a mark. And so you build such that what you are doing is touching lives or is adding value to human existence in terms of your research findings, in terms of your innovations, and whatever new things you bring for the advancement of humanity. Now, researchers who produce transparent and reproducible works often gain stronger reputation. They attract collaborations and improve funding process and enhance their career progression.
What's the FU radio?
Around
FU radio.
you're producing credible, reproducible work. Without boring professional impact. Finally, it is my belief that this workshop is aimed at strengthening your understanding of reproducibility, research quality, and strategic career positioning. In essence, improving your research skills and outlook. Whether you are a PhD student, not knowing where to start from, or an MSc student, building foundation skills, or a PhD candidate, establishing research independence at that level. Your long-time success will depend not only on what you discover, but also how transparent and reproducible you conduct and execute your research outcomes. For avoidance of doubt, the future of postgraduate careers is increasingly interdependent and mobile across sectors. Whether you become a lecturer,
So he's going to
an industry researcher, a policy analyst,
so they said they have
an
a program,
entrepreneur,
something like this.
your ability to use rigorous, transparent,
Is he taking
and
this?
reproducible
No.
will
Maybe
distinguish
they have
you
their own system.
as a trusted professional.
No, they have to look for system.
Thank you.
Sister, we really appreciate that. We are moving to the next item. Which is the first session.
Good morning, noble people who are gathered here this morning once again to tap into the resources that have been organized by this great seminar. Thank you. This morning, I would like this noble house to join me in receiving to the stage our next speaker. While doing that, I have the privilege and singular honor to read a citation. May I invite to the stage, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our speaker for today's workshop, from Kronos to Kairos, preparing for opportunity before it arrives. We are honored to have with us today in this great meeting, distinguished scholar, educator, and a leader, Dr. Ifoma Cassandra Nibefe. I thought we would clap. Dr. Nibefe is senior lecturer in the Department of English and Literary Studies, Federal University Wukari, where she has been a dedicated faculty member for over a decade, rising from graduate assistant to her current position. She holds a Doctor of Philosophy in Literature from the University of Nigeria in Nsukka and a Master of Arts in Literary Studies from Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka. Her academic journey is marked by a profound commitment to research, mentorship, and service. She has supervised a handful of undergraduate and postgraduate projects, guiding the next generation of thinkers who would mold and shape the destiny of this nation. Dr. Nibife's own research, which has been presented at international conferences across Africa and beyond, explores critical themes of identity, migration, and resilience in literature. Her extensive list of publication demonstrates and shows her active engagement with these vital conversations. Beyond her research, Dr. Nibife is a leader in her academic community. She has served in various administrative capacities, including acting head of department, an examination officer, and currently serves as the staff advisor to the Gender Club, Federal University Wukari. She is also a fellow of the IFE Institute of Advanced Studies, and the African Science Frontier Initiative, reflecting her dedication to interdisciplinary collaboration and leadership in African academia. Her commitment to scholarly excellence is further evidenced by her service as a reviewer for several esteemed academic journals, including the African Science Frontier Initiative Research Journal, the Ikenga International Journal of Institute of African Studies, in English Language, Literature, and Culture. In recognition of her outstanding scholarship, Dr. Nipifer was selected to attend the prestigious Stellenbosch University Senior School in South Africa in April 2024, a testament to her standing in the academic community. Her global engagement continues this July when she will be presenting at the international workshop, Women as Victims or Perpetrators of Violence, International Perspective, hosted by the College of Social Science and Humanities, SN, Germany. Today, she brings this same depth and level of wealth of experience in observation, analysis, and academic leadership to bear on a topic that is both timely and urgent. Moving from mere passing of time, chronos, to seizing the right moment. Kairos. Ladies and gentlemen of this great gathering, scholars who are here, would you please join me in giving a warm welcome as we receive to this noble speech from informer leaders.
Good morning, everyone. I want to recognize the presence some people have shown mentoring. Today I look up on this career journey. I welcome and I acknowledge the presence of the BBC academics for Susanto. Thank you for being here. I want to recognize also the presence of my father and mentor all these past years in academics, the Director of Research and Publications, Professor Adako Judith Mbeni. Thank you so much for being here. The former Director of, I salute you, sir. The Director of Vintages and International Collaboration. So, and every other professor, senior colleagues, and my colleagues, thank you for honoring our invitation to this workshop. Today, we'll be looking at, in furtherance to the title of our theme for this research, we're looking at the topic from chronos to kairos, preparing for opportunity before it arrives. You can move this slide, please. So, a lot of young people in academia and in this country believe in luck. They feel that people who have attained success in their career achieve that maybe because of luck. They are lucky, she's lucky, he's lucky. However, before we go into the reason why we are here, I want to differentiate between luck and kairos. In explaining or differentiating this, you might understand better the meaning of kairos. So, kairotic success is often interpreted as luck rather than the outcome of sustained preparation. Strategic positioning and respond that moment also be possible. So now what came after that moment? So these are the things we will be exploring. According to Steve Jobs, your time is limited. So Greek language is capture time in its entirety. That's why we employ this. For chronos, chronos has to do with the quantitative measuring of time. You come to work every morning at 8 a.m., you sit down at your table, you have your classes to go to, you have project students to supervise, you have job presentations to make, you're waiting for peer reviewers, you have to go to the lab, you're collecting data. After you've gotten your data, you're expecting results, you're working on chronos time. What you do every day of your life. However, for Kairos, it has to do with qualitative, decisive time. The quality of time, not just what you do every day that might not even be making impact. It has to do with hours, like I already said. What you do every year, you have been here for 10 years, 12 years, 5 years. That is Kairos time. But Kairos time has to do with the right moments that will change the trajectory of your career. That is Kairos. Also, structure, routine, discipline. Of course, Chronos is very, very important because it takes discipline for Kairos to even be effective. It has to be a routine. There has to be discipline to stay down. It's like fun, like ground. That is what you're doing when you're investing in yourself. This is a free workshop. I am not surprised that this didn't feel good. Some people who have engaged Kairos, they spend their money, they invest in themselves. They see workshop, calls for workshop, and they pay with their money. They are planting. They are gathering knowledge, waiting for that season of harvest when it is. Now, Chronos finally has to do with deadlines. Of course, that's where discipline comes in. When you're taking advantage of Chronos time, you have deadlines 30th of June, you have to submit this paper. You do not apologize when you miss your deadline. You cannot apologize then you have missed it. You have to wait for another window. Alright? Productivity targets, you have been given targets, you need to meet up. You do not make excuses for not meeting up with your expectations. When it's now Kairos, there are fellowships, there are moments. So Chronos is the mission of the time. You want to take the time. You can count what you do in your time. But Kairos has to do with the quality of this time. What has it produced for you as a person, as an individual, and also in your career? So without Chronos, Kairos will find individuals unprepared. Chronos is very important. It prepares you. Without Kairos as well, Chronos risks dissolving into mere repetition. When you're doing the same thing every day, and you're not able to anybody, you're not able to publish those papers. You're not able to make it for any conference you attend because your papers have not been accepted. You just mere repetition. Honestly, you look at it, you begin to become resentful, unhappy, alright? Because there is no commensurate change. So this is the cycle. Preparation, opportunity comes. I want you to know that when you prepare, opportunities will come. It's just a matter of time. And then how you position yourself to see opportunity. Then courage. You must take action. You must take action. Alright? If there is a call, you must write down data and send out. You must collect your data. You must go to the lab. You have to test. You have to produce results. Yeah, there must be an action. You cannot be passive. And then there will be growth. Kairos is a rewarder of your diligent work. Alright? So, and then when you grow, you encounter more Kairos and then Chronos. Next. So, this is it. Next, because of time. So, these are the 5 steps to the Kairos shaped career. Basically, most of us have been engaging Chronos. So the essence of this workshop is to expose us to Kairos shaped career. There has to be a change on your career path. Now, are you able to recognize? Do you pay attention to the moment? Are you aware of when your discipline? Some people are not aware of the new trends in discipline. So how can you engage when you don't even know what is happening? You're not updating yourself. You're not reading up. Every day, every minute, people are publishing. Authors are producing works. So if you're only read works, updated yourself 10 years ago, how much more? So you should update yourself. Action. When you start now, you have to take action. Courage, sacrifice, you have to be bold. Alright? Nobody might be there to push you. You have to push yourself. Okay? And then there is reward. You'll be rewarded. There is that fruit of courage. And then when those opportunities are open to you, you have to be grateful. Gratitude, appreciation to God, appreciation your mentors and those who make it happen for you. Then there is another step, caution. Some people are too cautious not to make mistakes, right? They do not want to, they're afraid of being rejected. But let them send that letter. Alright? It doesn't stop you. It just improves on what you want to do. So do not admit your mistakes. It is not only your mistakes. You have to be sensitive. Somebody, an academic cannot afford not to be sensitive. You should have that time that you're quiet. You're not a loud person, not everywhere. You're not being an academic and you're everywhere. If you